Hi everybody, it's Christina. So happy New Year. We are at, New Year's Eve 2025. We will be ringing in the new year tonight and going into 2026. So this is a little different. Obviously you're here with me in my bedroom. I am in my pajamas still because today is a day that I don't work today, I don't work tomorrow, and I really just wanted to do like 100% self-care, right? Whatever I need today, I'm going to be doing that. So I am literally still in bed. It is almost noon. And for me, this is a matter of, yeah, just having these days. Cause again, we go kind of back to work on, well, I work on Friday, but kind of the official back to work, back to school, all of that starts next week. So we really want to make sure that we're using these days to decompress and just take a breath and really kind of enjoy yourself and enjoy this little rest that we're getting. So for me, I am watching the Twilight Zone marathon. That is something that I do every single year. Absolutely love the Twilight Zone, so I have that on right now. So I will be continuing to watch that all day. We did get invited to go to a few places for New Year's, but I don't know, like today, and it's kind of ugly outside, so I'm thinking like maybe I'll just literally stay in my pajamas all day and just chill. Like my boyfriend works today, so I won't be able to see him and give him the New Year's kiss until he gets off work later on tonight. But yes, I think that's what I'm gonna do today. Like that's kind of where I'm at. So for this video, what I wanted to do was talk a little bit about what does 2026 look like for me from a planning perspective, from a I usually like to go into a year setting an intention, right? Like, what do I hope that that year is going to bring me? I also really, it's important to me that I, set expectations, and I don't like to do New Year's resolutions. I never do any of that. I'm not one of those people that like January 1st, let's go to the gym. That's just not me. So I think for me, what I'm really looking to do is, and I have a good start. I feel like this year really started off on a good foot for me, where I was prioritizing myself, making sure that I am, checking in. I think that was the biggest kind of update that happened to me this year, where I, was doing the check-ins. I'm doing the meditations as often as I can. I'm doing, journaling, gratitude, all of that. I think that really helps. Like, I know that you hear all these buzzwords and it's like, oh, okay, whatever, but if you actually sit down and do it, like give yourself, commit to doing it for like a week and see how you feel. Again, for me, there was kind of a roadblock that I had, was that, oh, this stuff takes too much time, right? I don't have time for that. I work full time, we have kids in the house, I'm doing side hustle stuff. Like there's just a lot going on in my life. So for me, it's like, oh, I don't have time to sit down and meditate. But you do. Like if you really prioritize it and it's something that's important to you, ultimately you will have the time for that. So yes, so for 2026, I am going to continue to do these things that have been working for me so far. So again, I'm going to wake up at least 5 days a week. I'm going to wake up early, do 20 minutes of meditation. Ideally, I'd like to extend that so that instead of doing 20 minutes, I'd be doing maybe 30. So yeah, that would be something that I would like to continue. And then also the journaling, I think, is super important, because that's giving me, some way to put pen to paper and say like, these are the thoughts that I'm having. These are the feelings that I'm having. Is there anything that I need to reframe? Like all of that is super critical. So that's definitely something I will be continuing. As far as, yeah, just listening to my inner child. Again, I mentioned that on this channel before with previous videos. And I think it's just super important that you allow that voice to come in and allow yourself to really listen and take it into consideration what they're telling you. Like I know for me, just periodically I'll get like, a little voice that says, hey, I would really love to go on this swing set, or like go to the jungle gym or down the street and just kind of sit on the park area, or hey, I have a coloring book. I would love to just sit and color for a little while. So I think for me, I just never really listened to that voice. It may have been there. I just kind of tucked it down, because if you were parentified, you didn't really have the opportunity to be a child when you were a child, right? You had adult responsibilities, you were taking care of your siblings, you were being emotional support for your parents, right? So I think for me, now that I'm in my 40s, right, I'm really taking the time to listen to that voice and make sure that I am honoring it, because that's a critical part of me. And again, it wasn't something that was honored when I was a child, so I want to make sure that it feels valuable, it feels seen, and it feels heard. That's super important as well. So that will be something that I carry on. And also just that intuitive checking that I do with myself. So if somebody asks me to do something, I will continue to listen to my body and say, how does this make me feel? Is it something I'm excited about? Is it something that like automatically gives me that punch in the pit of my stomach that I'm like, ooh, I don't really want to do that? That's been really good. I've really been curating that skill, and it is a skill. You have to build it up. So that's something that I will continue to do as well. And I think just really taking the time to do those little things that, are little traditions, little things that make me feel good. Like, for example, Twilight Zone Marathon today, tradition, I love it. So that is what I'm doing today. Just little things. Like the other day I was thinking, like, why did it, and I had it in my last video was like, why does Christmas not feel as Christmassy, right? With that spirit as it usually does. And just little things. Like I actually always, one of my Christmas traditions, and I didn't even do this year, and I completely blanked it, was to go to Starbucks. I love getting their they have like a what is it? It's like apple cider. And then they put caramel on it. It's so good. So I get that, and then I get a slice of the lemon, like just something really small. But that's something that I do every single year, and that I really enjoy. And that was something that completely didn't even cross my mind this year, right? So I think, and even if it's as silly as, I know it sounds silly, but just writing these things down, so that way when okay, Christmas is coming around, these are the things that I absolutely love, right? I love to get this, drink at Starbucks. I love to do this. I love to take a walk over here and see the lights, right? All of these things, and that's one thing that I'm going to do as well, because again, this year just Christmas did not feel as magical as I would have liked, and I was kind of checking in with myself and seeing why exactly was that the case. So, and I think that might have been part of it, is I honestly just put myself on the back burner, which if you're used to doing that, it's a habit. It's easy to fall back into. But yeah, I think moving forward, we want to make sure that we are consciously thinking about those things and making sure that we are taking the time. And for me, travel is such a big part of my life. I absolutely love traveling. I haven't been doing it for the past few years because there's been other goals that have kind of been taking priority. But yeah, I'm getting back into it. I actually have a birthday trip to Bali. My birthday's in January, so we are coming up on birthday month tomorrow. So yes, so just getting back into, the things that really bring you joy, and that's all this is about. Like, ultimately it's not about, it's about being, I think wellness is super important, right? But I think when you're parentified and you've gone through what you've gone through, and you're older now, like I am, you're focusing more on making your life feel for you, right? Because I think for so many years we were living for other people and doing things to prove our worth and prove that we are worth a damn, and look at me, this is what I can do for you. But I think now in this era, at least in my life, and again, it's taken me a while in my 40s, but at this point in my life, I'm stopping and saying, hey, this is my life ultimately, right? And we only get one shot at it. So we really need to take advantage, stop and smell the roses, take the deep breaths, really try to embrace everything that's happening around us, because again, it's very fleeting, it goes fast, we don't know how long we are going to be here. So that's going to be another one. Also, I would say my next mission, I would say in 2026, is definitely to continue curating my relationships and fostering my relationships, the ones that are serving me, right? So for any of these relationships where I feel like I'm putting in more than I'm getting back, that one, that's where I'm going to kind of step back a little bit, because I do want to be met halfway. I think we all do, right? If you're putting in the effort, you want to make sure that you're getting that back in the same capacity. So that is something that I'm also going to be doing. When somebody pops into your mind, or you're just thinking about something, let them know, right? Let that person know, hey, I was thinking about you. I just want to see what's going on. How are you doing? Because I think that's super important. And I think for me, I have a very small circle. Again, I keep my people that I love very close, but I don't have, tons and tons of friends all across the world. Like, that's just not me. So the relationships that I do have, again, those are people that I want in my life forever. And so again, you do have to put in the effort. So that is also something, but also having a good, viewpoint to say, okay, this one may not be serving me as much. I'm going to not put as much energy into that. So I think that's super important as well. Last but not least, it's got to be around work for me, because work is probably my biggest stress area, I would say, in my life, and anxiety. So yeah, I think for me it's a matter of working on my imposter syndrome. That has been like a lifelong task for me, is just, and again, the parentification fits into that because I feel like I have to prove myself, you know, in some cases. It's just like I feel worthy when I'm working so many hours and churning out all these things. And I think for me, it's just a matter of, okay, I need to find the balance between what I'm comfortable delivering, where I don't feel like I'm slacking, and not overdoing it and burning the candle at both ends, right? And burning myself out. So that's something I will also be working on in 2026. But I am really excited about this coming year. I think something just feels optimistic and hopeful, and I hope you're in that same boat and situation. So yeah, I think I'll end it there, but I hope you have a fantastic new year. Be safe if you're doing fireworks or anything like that. I hope you really just take the moment, be present with your friends and family, and just really soak in what this means. We're turning the page. We have a new opportunity to, you know, do all the things and heal the way that we want to. You have more time, right? What's the bigger gift than that? We all have more time to work on ourselves and work on the things that we wanna improve. So I see you, and you deserve all the good things. Happy New Year, and I'll see you next week.